Hi, I will show you something terribly stupid. Huh. This looks kind of slow, for example. Imagine this is you. Oh, wait. Imagine this is you. And that is a border, which is a rock. You can't pass this border without even kicking or even moving over it or jump over it. You have to pay $5 to jump over this rock. But wait, you had $10. But how can you even jump over the rock if you had $10? Waste the money, pay $5 for this. You have $5, so you don't have enough money to do anything else. Yes, this could be a problem for you for having this rock to jump over. It was literally impossible to jump over a rock. Cost the cheap of $5. But if you have were wasting of money like this much could lose your sanity. And yes, this stream is kinda laggy. Mmm, what a delicious smell. Look, I know this is kinda crappy, kinda stupid, kinda how a video game will have to pay a bunch of money for removing borders or whatnot. But how on earth are you gonna remove this border? First, you pay $5 to remove this border thing. And boom, gone. But now instead of having $10, you had $5. And yes, how will you even do this if you haven't a streaming channel or some crap or whatnot? Damn, why is my stream even slowly? I don't know. That must be even a real thing or something. I don't know. Look. So, excuse me for this crappy stuff while I play Zelda Singularity Evolution Ever Ends.
on Russian fossil fuels. Long after Crimea was annexed in 2014, Germany's previous Chancellor Angela Merkel did not stop the now shelved Nord Stream 2 pipeline, which connects Russia to Germany via the Baltic Sea.
Germany wants to secure its energy supply from various sources. Russian gas is part of this, but we do not rely only on Russian gas.
And yet, when she made those comments, Germany had already become increasingly reliant on Russian gas. She had even been warned publicly about its risks by the then US president.
But Germany is totally controlled by Russia, because they were getting from 60 to 70% of their energy. And you tell me if that's appropriate.
But many of the elite in Germany appeared not to be listening. I asked one leading petrochemical policy analyst why.
The idea was essentially to work through trade in order to lower the incentives for conflict. Because the moment you enhance trade, in theory, both sides engage, invest, have skin in the game, and that means you lower the political incentives for war or other types of conflict. That was the principal idea driving a lot of the Russia politics and policies of the German government, but also of other European governments. It didn't work, as we know, and yes, with hindsight, they should have known better.
Now, those governments are leading a dash from gas. The European billions of cubic meters, or BCMs.
By the end of this year, we can replace 100 BCM of gas imports from Russia. That is 2/3 of what we import from them. This will end our over-dependency and give us much-needed room to manoeuvre.
Part of the EU plan mirrors proposals put forward by ministers in Berlin, marrying expediency over hydrocarbons now with their longer-term environmental ambitions.
And we see European governments across the board ramping up programs for renewables. 200 billion from the German government going into clean tech going forward. A whole program in the shape of Repower Europe at the European level.
What we don't know is how such a move will be perceived in the Kremlin. But with his recent requirement to make EU states pay for gas in rubles rather than dollars or euros, President Putin has already signalled his intent.
If these payments are not being accomplished, we would consider it as buyers' failure to meet their commitments with all the relevant consequences. Nobody sells anything to us for free, neither are we going to do charity work. That means the current contracts would be brought to a halt.
And that is a real worry for many across Europe, who wonder what might happen in winter if Russia switches off the gas. Several industrialists say such a denial of energy could be catastrophic to the economy. Dominic Kane, for Counting the Cost, Berlin.
Now, India has long been concerned by cryptocurrencies and was planning to ban them. But instead of prohibition, the Indian government appears to be moving towards legalizing and regulating the digital currency. And it's announced a 30% tax on gains from the transfer of digital assets such as bitcoins and non-fungible tokens. Here's our India correspondent Elizabeth Puranam in New Delhi.
Neil Kukreti has made and trading in cryptocurrency over the past 4 years. But the 24-year-old is selling at least half of all his digital assets before new taxes on them come into effect. From April, investors will have to pay 30% tax on sales of cryptocurrencies and won't be able to offset any losses from one against profits from another.
So that's how I will be managing reducing my crypto exposure, getting more into stocks and forex, reducing the volume of trades that I am doing daily. And probably we will be seeing that in crypto exchanges in India, we will be seeing a decrease in volume because the thought process is pretty same.
Introduction of a central bank.
The government says a major increase in cryptocurrency transactions has made it essential to impose taxes.
There are around 25 million Indians who own cryptocurrency, with up to $10 billion worth of assets being traded every month. The average investor is just 24 years old, and most have a portfolio size of $650 to $1,300.
The founder of India's largest trading exchange says it doesn't make sense to impose the highest tax bracket regardless of earnings.
So in India, there are tax slabs where a certain amount that you earn in a year is not taxable at all. You don't have to pay income tax. But if you are dealing in crypto and you make a profit, irrespective of your tax bracket, you still have to pay the entire 30%, which is the highest tax slab in the country. And that's something of a dampener for a lot of people.
Raghav Gupta began investing in cryptocurrency when he was at university in 2016. The 23-year-old's day job is running his family's carpet business, but all of his earnings are invested in cryptocurrencies. He's not happy about the high taxes, but relieved the government isn't banning cryptocurrency after it indicated last year that it would.
I think they're an important first step.